With gyms all over Oregon closed right now, it can be a little difficult to find the motivation to move your body. And even when gyms are open, sometimes they're not always safe spaces. Enter Emma Middlebrook. She's a personal trainer based here in Portland, Oregon. And when her gym is open, she does one-on-one personal training, but also hosts weekly queer workouts because it's her mission to make sure that everyone, no matter their race, ethnicity, size, gender, lack thereof, sexuality, feels safe to work out. So for the past 10 weeks, with the help of her partner, Paige, she's been putting on virtual workouts for people of all abilities, which is really awesome. She's creating a safe space even over the internet.
Paige is my girlfriend and fitness enthusiast.
Perfect.
And so she has been coming to my classes when the studio was open. And then I shut the doors on March 20th and haven't seen any clients since then. And immediately we just jumped into doing these virtual classes, and I get a little camera shy and I didn't want to do it on my own. And Paige was like, I'll do it with you. And I'm like, yes. So we did it, and we've just kept on going. The feedback was really positive. Everyone was super grateful that we were doing it. And so, yeah, we've just been doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m.
Obviously, the first couple of weeks were a little wonky, and we were doing it from our house, and the mics were weird and all that. But we've gotten things tightened up, and it's worked out. We've had pretty consistent amount of people join almost every week. For us, like, we both really crave, like many people do, connection, but also structure. And it was something for us to wake up to and have a sense of community and a way to connect and still see the people that were coming to Emma's space. And that made our lives and our days so much better. And it became so fun for us. And I think it's just this like kind of, it's just everyone kind of, I think, has felt in a similar way. Like, yeah. It's just fun to see each other and stay connected in that element.
It's created a whole new sense of community I've always had one in my fitness world, but this is on a different level, almost on a deeper level. It's a lot more of this feeling of making a connection when everyone's at home and we can't do that physically. A lot of the people that have signed up are people who've actually never taken a fitness class before because it intimidates them, and they can't imagine not working out now.
Hey, do you guys know what day it is? Today is our 20th class, and it is 5/20/2020. So chances are there's going to be a theme of 20 in this.
And it's weird to get energy from a computer, but we've been getting it, and it's been really amazing.
I think there's something to the ability to create a safe space, even in a digital arena. Like, a lot of folks don't turn their cameras on, but yet they still have the ability to feel connected to the group and to be accountable and show up. And then there's a large chunk of people that are turning their cameras on.
Gyms aren't necessarily safe spaces. And now we have even more of a barrier. So like, we talked a little bit about how gyms are part of phase 1 of reopening. And Multnomah County is probably the last county that's going to open based off of Governor Kate Brown's, sort of phase 1 requirements. But, you see it a lot on social media. People are worried about sitting sedentary for so long. So I think there's going to be even more of sort of like a weird gym fear when everything goes back to, I hesitate to say normal. I don't think that there's going to be a real sense of normalcy for a long time. But what do you think about gyms being part of phase 1 of reopening?
It's not an easy answer, and I've thought about it a lot, because especially in Portland, there are so many different size studios. We have so many small boutique studios that I think will handle reopening really well, because you're not getting that mass number through the door. So you're able to clean and you're able to monitor fitness equipment a little bit better. Larger gyms, like the big chain gyms, I think will have a bigger struggle, just because there's so many high touch surfaces, and people aren't going to want to wear masks working out. It's already hard enough. So, stopping someone from breathing is going to be even more challenging. And if you can only have 10 people in one of these massive gyms, what does that look like? It doesn't have the same feel anymore. So it's going to change everything. And I think big gyms will struggle, and I think little gyms will probably thrive.
Emma and I have been talking a lot about essentially this new world that we're all about to go into, right? And like when things do open, what does it look like? Not only for gyms, but for the stores that we're buying our food in. And one of the kind of fun things that it's not, I guess we're trying to make it fun, but I come from a creative space that, this is what we were trying to figure out, is how our environmental space is changing and adapting to this new kind of, this new flow, this new like traffic flow and high intensity touch areas. And so Emma and I, like in trying to think about the virtual spaces, we've like also thought, how does her place adapt? Like and she has brilliant ideas of how to already do that when it's time. So I think we'll just have to be creative, and things like how people are coming in and out of the building, they matter, like how your foot traffic is increasing, like that, all those tiny things, details matter.
And you still want to make it feel welcoming. You don't want it to feel clinical, and you don't want it to feel impersonal, so it's maintaining that, and it's maintaining, like a sense of humanity, which is really hard right now.
Well, do you think that the virtual classes is something that you will continue in your, I guess, practice or your training, even when the world returns?
That's the goal, because I do think that is kind of the future of fitness. I think virtual classes, virtual streaming, like that is kind of the wave of the future. There'll be no replacement for personal training one-on-one. Like, I mean, that you can't beat being in a room with someone, but for someone who maybe doesn't have access to that or feels really uncomfortable being in that kind of environment, this gives someone a bridge to come in and work out and maybe do something that they've never done before. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, we're going to start doing 2 a day, and then possibly a lunchtime one, and see what the demand is, and see if people are still wanting this type of workout, even though gyms will start to reopen. Because we've gotten feedback. We sent out a survey and said, when gyms reopen, will you still want to do this? And it was a pretty unanimous yes.
Yeah.
I think about people like myself. I'm a plus size woman, and I'm high risk for any illness basically, but especially COVID-19. So I think about people like me who feel uncomfortable in traditional gym spaces, but also can't really enter into the world like super safely. So I think that what you guys are doing is really like an invaluable tool to people who want just something to do. I feel like our minds are so just in 15,000 different places. And I think it's really helpful to feel like you're connecting with other people and also serving your body in this time when it can be difficult to do that. And I think that's really great. And so if people want to get involved, how can they do that? And is it open to all levels of fitness? Do you need equipment to participate? What's the situation?
It is open to absolutely anyone, and no equipment required. Occasionally you'll get an email saying, make sure you have a towel or a book or something that you can find, a pillow, anything that you can find around the house. But you'll get a notification the night before saying what to expect. You can go to my website, trainwithemma.com, and go to the virtual class schedule, and you can hit the Zoom workout link, and you can fill out the application, and I'll get your email address. I'll add you to the invite list, and then you'll be invited to work out. And then you can sign up through MindBody. As of right now, we haven't charged for the classes. We've done 10 weeks of workouts, and we haven't asked for any money because it just didn't feel like the right thing to do. But at some point, my landlord would probably appreciate if I pay rent. So come June, we'll start charging, but we're doing it in a way that is still sensitive to the fact that maybe people don't have an extra influx of cash right now, or maybe they're not working. So we've made sure that the prices are hopefully within reach of almost anyone, about $15. And then there's a monthly subscription option for people who want to do more than twice a week, because it just makes more sense that way. But yeah, so we're trying to, be sensitive to the current situation and hopefully still stay accessible to a lot of people.
There's a ton of people tuning in from Portland, but they're also my sister's calling in, and she's also has asthma and is coming in from New York. So there's people all over the country that are really coming and showing up. I don't know how Emma does it, but she still corrects form with like 30 people in a class, including myself. So
Nice, Skylar. Looks good. Emma, great.
it's definitely, there's a lot of like one-to-one even in the group, and I don't know how she does it, but the moves are always different, and a lot of people are not like, I don't know, I've not ever been bored or had the same move again. So yeah,
I've been doing this a long time, you know.
Just nonchalant shrug.
Yeah, you know, like it's kind of my thing.
professional.
Yeah.
And what would you say, I guess both of you, to people who feel trepidatious about joining a fitness class, or are worried about sort of just like the general acceptance of the workout / gym community?
I mean, I always encourage people to get in touch with the instructor, whether it's me or anybody else. Just kind of introduce yourself, and it's over email. So, you know, it's like low threat. There's no interaction personally. So it's a nice, easy introduction. And then hopefully the instructor will respond and kind of tell you how things are going to work and what to expect. And with the video, the viral workouts, I always say, leave the camera off. If you're uncomfortable, just leave it blank. We'll know you're there. I'll still talk to you, and and I'll give you some encouraging words. But if you feel unsure, just turn the camera off. Just don't even worry about it. Just pay attention to what we're doing and enjoy.
It will be amazing too to still hold those safe spaces, those tiny groups. Like Emma's still going to host queer workouts, and just to have classes that are maybe for like special groups of people, like that will be an amazing way to also keep it safe and inclusive, I think.
All those introverts.
I love those queer classes so much. I miss them.
all the introverts who don't like going to group classes, they've all joined our Zoom because they don't have to be in the room, and they can keep the camera off, and it's just been great.
Yeah, and when will you start hosting queer workouts again, and how can people find that? Because I think that's really cool and important, cool Portland thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of a play it by ear. Just kind of have to see what's happening in Portland and what the general vibe is. I mean, I'd be happy to do them virtually, and then everyone could like hang around afterwards and do like a group chat when the workout gets done. I think we just have to see, you know, what happens. I want to make sure that everyone stays healthy and everyone stays safe. So I don't want to put anyone in a situation right now where that could potentially cause some, you know, repercussions. So I think for now, unfortunately, I have to hold off until. If you've ever been intimidated, if you've ever been scared about working out in a group setting, this is the perfect introduction. Because you don't have to interact with anyone, and you can get to do it from the comfort of your own home. We have seen so many babies, cat butts, dogs, you name it. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, you can still have that safety in the room with you, whether it's your dog, your goldfish, your partner, whatever it is, like that's still there. And so it's kind of been like a nice little safety blanket for a lot of people who just feel super intimidated walking through a studio door.
Plus there's amazing playlist that goes with every workout that you can listen to your phone on, and then also have Emma's voice on. So
the playlists have been the hardest part. I can write a workout in seconds. The playlists take me forever.
But it pumps us up. So
it does.
Yeah.